Okay, so now it's time to do one of those wrap-ups like you see in the golf telecasts over in the United States. And this was my first experience as a team manager, and I couldn't have asked for anything more from the week. And what impressed me most was the way that these 6 guys came together as a team. You've only got to look at events like the Ryder Cup and the President's Cup to see how important that is. It's not easy though, especially since golf is an individual sport. We've often had a dodgy record in the foursomes, but not so this week. We had the pairings picked and practicing 2 months before the series commenced. We won 4 of the 5 foursomes contests, losing only to Victoria. And it was great to see the players pumping each other up and celebrating the good shots together. It was an up and down week as far as results. We had some nice wins, but also some unfortunate losses. And that's just how it goes sometimes. The difference between winning and losing can be a matter of inches. You can't let it get to you. In Victoria, they took the title with an undefeated run in their home state, and you got to give them credit for the well-deserved win. The guys stayed positive throughout the whole series, and our coach, Gary Calder, is owed a huge debt for this. We were all rapt to see him named the coach of the 2010 Australian Eisenhower Cup team at the closing ceremony, and it proved to us just how valuable an asset he was. All week long, Gary was drumming into the team the importance of playing smart golf and not losing holes to poor mistakes. The weather made it an even more memorable experience. We started on the first tee in the first round with glistening sunshine. We finished on the 9th in the final round with rain bucketing down and a river running through the green. And let's not forget the wind, which played havoc with shot selection. But when the conditions are tough, it creates an opportunity for opponents to make mistakes, and that's the fun of it. The guys soaked up this message and played their best golf on the last day against South Australia. It's hard to believe how exciting it can be at an interstate series, and it was played in a great spirit. There was a lot of interaction between the teams on the course. Many new friendships were made, and we had a particularly good time playing rivals New South Wales for a perpetual shield. What a close contest it was. So quickly to the players. Eagle, the youngest member of the team, but he is probably more experienced than anyone. He played every singles game in the number 1 position and was more than ready for the challenge. In 2 games, he needed to hole a clutch putt on the final green to win the match, and both times he drained the putt in the dead centre. The guy can handle the pressure. Luke Marino's game, he's come so far during the year. He was a late addition to the squad, and you could see him develop even further during the series. I just loved his consistent ball striking and his silky smooth putting stroke. His confidence built throughout the series, and he finished it off with 2 solid singles wins. In terms of the numbers, no one had a better week than the smiling assassin, Kevin Marques. He won 5.5 points from 9 matches and was only defeated once in singles competition. You just can't underestimate the guy. He plays steady golf, he keeps out of trouble, and that usually gets the job done, like it did this week. When it comes to fighting, no one fought harder, I thought, this week than Daniel McGraw. I love the way he could create shots when the conditions dictated, whether it be a high spinning shot or a low knockdown shot. And Dan also played the shot of the series for me. He was playing Daniel Bringolf of New South Wales, 2 down, 5 to play. Bringolf hits his tee shot to 5 feet on the 8th, the par 3. So what did Dan do? Stumped it to gimme range and then birdied 2 of his next 3 holes to breathe life into the match. From the early stages of the first practice round, you can see that Kris O'Sullivan was putting like a machine. He hit the putt, start walking, not because he knew he'd missed it, but because he knew it was going in. And that form on the green stayed with him the whole week, showing incredible determination. He held 2 amazing putts on the final 2 holes of the final match to finish all square. And last but not least, we've got the captain, Cam Powell. Cam was a great leader, an enthusiastic guy whose infectious spirit rubs off on those around him. I know Cam was a little disappointed he couldn't notch a singles win, but he and Dan were a really strong foursomes combination. They were 3rd in the Queensland foursomes early in the year, and they won their last 3 games of the series to finish on a high. And that, my friends, is that. It's kind of sad that it's all over. So many great memories, both on and off the course. I was talking to our professional at Virginia Golf Club, Shane Barnard, who told me that he's still good friends with the guy he went away with at Interstate Series many years ago. and they're friendships that last a lifetime. Of course, we'll all go on and do different things from here. Some will step up into the open team next year, some will keep battling away and earn another Colts jersey, and others may lose their way and miss out altogether. It's a competitive game and there's plenty of players knocking on the door wanting to get in. But regardless of what happens in the future, these 6 guys represented the state of Queensland on the golf course for a single week during September 2009. That is something that can never be taken away from them. And to have such great memories makes them truly lucky people.